Hey YouTube, Petey Two Finger here, and we're going to do an unboxing. This is something I never do on this channel. Today, my wife said, I'm going to check the mail. I bet our Rob Fetters CD has arrived. You can see media mail. Ooh, there it is. And here we have a Rob Fetters logo. The first time I saw this is going to be an anecdote, if you don't mind. So you can fast forward for the unboxing at the end of the video, because I'm going to talk for a while now. So the first time that I saw this image was a letter that came to this house, and it had a check for $125 and a hand-drawn this image that said Frankenstein. It said underneath here, it said Frankenstein, like Frankenstein, but Frankenstein. And I really got a kick out of that. I have it here, as well as the check stub. That's one of the just one of the coolest things that I have, because when I was growing up, I idolized Rob Fetters. I really did. I discovered this music in 1988. And I was really I had a bad year. I was in a bad place, and I had discovered this music at the right time. This was right before I met Donna, my wife. And I had been listening to Pink Floyd exclusively. I listened to some Zappa. You know, I had my stuff. I'd listen to some Rainbow. I'd listen to some, like that Black Sabbath album that everyone hates with Ian Gillan on vocals, Born Again. I love that. Devo, listen to Devo. And I had my whole collection, but mostly it was Pink Floyd. And for a young man, Pink Floyd is a bitter pill. It's a bit of a pill to swallow. So when I discovered the music of Adrian Belew, people kept running into me and recommending his music. People that were that had a wider music education than myself were like, "Oh, you love Adrian Belew. You love it. You're a guitar player. You've got a weird kind of sense of humor," which is a theme. It's an element. Even with Mr. Fetters' music, certainly is a staple. Is along with kind of this melancholy, conflicted spirituality, along with the beauty of life, and then like these almost psychedelic revelations of for mankind of not motivational speaker stuff, but just what the right thing to do is. You know, and it's not preachy. He doesn't hit you over his head. His music is not corny in a sense, but it's frank. And it doesn't fuck around. He is painfully honest. When he pens music, when he writes his stuff, it's like this guy's he's one of the bravest people as far as art, that thing that it means something. So if you're a Fetters fan, I think there's a lot of people really get this guy and understand the lyrics and see where he's coming from, and that's why he is kind of put up on a pedestal. Rob Fetters he's really something. This art is on a different level than a lot of the other stuff that doesn't really mean anything. Every song has a nugget of truth, something you can learn from life experience, just truth. So if that sounds like something you'd be interested in checking out, and I got to finish the story about the Frankenstein. That was a guitar pedal I built. We were going to see his band, which is no longer performing. The band is an eternal hiatus, it looks like. Although Mr. Fetters performs at house concerts up until the COVID lockdown, so now it's just live streams. You can check out his music every Saturday. You go to robfetters.net, and there will be a link, take you to his YouTube channel, and at 9 p.m. Eastern, he performs in his home, in his studio with backing tracks. He switches off guitars. He's got a whole bunch of guitars back there. He'll grab one, and he might tell a little story about the song or an anecdote, and then he'll go right into the song. And it's raw, it's uncensored, it's hilarious. And there's a bunch of Fetters fans in there commenting, some of them too much, like myself. But it's always a good time, and that's if you're in a financial place where you're able to support this guy, you can donate through Venmo and PayPal, and if you're not, that's fine. I mean, this is an emergency time that we're in here with this COVID situation, and he understands that. So the guy's got a huge heart, and that's really evident through his work. But there's a musical pedigree. He's coming out of this guitar god thing that he had to face that he just was this unbelievably talented guitar player that could do these acrobatics on the guitar like nobody else. He's got a really defined style. That's the thing about Rob. Doesn't sound like anybody else. And he knows how to use the tools of the trade very well. He knows he has incredible tone, and he's got a really cool collection of great gear and guitars. But after the making it big dream didn't happen for him, he went to work writing music for a living. He did commercial jingles, and through that process he learned how to fully do it all, to do the one-man band thing. So his strengths don't just lie in he's some shred maniac guy that can play the guitar up and down the neck. He can do that, but that's not the main selling point for this guy with me. It is when he gets going on the guitar, it's like seeing the dead being brought back to life. It's like a miracle when you see some of this guy's solos. I'm just like, and we were lucky to see quite a few live shows, although I don't want to put myself up there as some kind of super fan, because there's people that have been following this guy since he was really young and seen just a ton of shows. There's Fetters. People know who this guy is, but he's not on the radio famous. That's the thing. He's just down, a tier down. So this guy's really a national treasure. When they first did music awards in Cincinnati, Ohio, he swept the whole, it was like the Rob Fetters award ceremony. He got like best vocalist, best songwriter, best guitar player, best band, everything. Like he got all of the trophies. So we had headed down there. This is, I think, 2016. I forget when this was.
Yeah, 2016.
I had built this guitar pedal, and it was a dirt box. It was an overdrive that I really liked. And I had built quite a few, and that one I felt was one of the best. And it was a little bit weird how you were supposed to use it, but you didn't turn all the knobs all the way up, and you know, one of those. It was a little bit more subtle. And I brought it out there with intention to give it to a fan, a buddy of mine who was into the band and a guitar player as well that lives in Cincinnati. And I didn't bother him because he was in Europe, and he was going to be coming back just before from what I gathered on his Facebook. So I figured, oh, well, he'll be at the show for sure. And we went, and he was not at the show. So here I've got this gift bag with a guitar pedal in it, and I felt like a real dope. And I'm like, what am I going to do? I've already got 4 of these at home. I don't want to bring it home, you know. And I looked up and saw the best guitar player in the world. So I gave it to his son at the merch booth. I was like, hey, can I get a t-shirt? He's like, yeah, $35. Didn't hear anything for a while. And then I checked in with the bass player. I said, hey, there was a pedal. And he said, yeah, that's in a box of stuff in my basement. Box of t-shirts. So eventually he got back to me and said, Rob wants your phone number. He'd like to talk to you. So he called me at home, and we talked for 45 minutes, laughing and joking around. And I mean, it was really spectacular for me because I have idolized this guy since 1988. I've really admired his work. And as a guitar player, I don't think I've ever seen anybody play one better. He's unbelievable. So just talking to him, talking about gear was so much fun for me, so rewarding. And then I got the check. I got a fat check, and I got a one of these hand-drawn on a piece of notebook paper that said Frankenstein. So that's my claim to fame. He used that pedal on his pedal board for a while, and now it's gone. He's not using it anymore. He had a what's called an Electro Harmonix Soul Food, and he had one of those, and my pedal went before it. So I think it was like, maybe a tuner, and then a volume pedal, and then my pedal, and then the Soul Food. And what he has now, I don't think my pedal is on the board. He's got 2 Soul Foods. And you know what? His tone is still great. It's different. The tone is different. Since he got rid of my pedal, it is different. And I don't want to make this about me. I miss my pedal in his sound. Because there was a little bit more variety there, and it was a little less gain. I think that the way that those 2 Soul Foods work together, it's less indistinguishable when you have one on and one off. It's more just the same thing, which I'm sure that's why he did that. He didn't want to have it different. So I can't second guess the guy. It was a neat couple of years for me when I saw this guy playing, and it was like, there's my pedal first on his board. It was really cool for me. And then the second season of his house concerts, he plays these shows from his home, and they're on YouTube. Every Saturday, you just type Rob Fetters into Google, you'll go to his homepage, and then click on the link, and it takes you to the live stream on YouTube. And he plays like an hour and a half set, peppered with anecdotes and stories. It's a lot of fun. There's fans there that are in the chat window, chatting, some of them too much, making too many comments. And it's always a fun time on a Saturday night. It's really been something to look forward to during the lockdown. It wasn't like, oh my God, we got to stay in. It was like, what time is Fetters on? Just counting the days till Saturday. So it's been just fabulous for us. He does have a Venmo and a PayPal, so if you can afford to help him out, you can choose to support him there, which is really cool if you're a fan. We've got this brand new CD here. I've been talking, and what do you say? Should we open it up? Let's open it up. Easy enough. And there it is. Very cool. Very cool. So I'm going to be listening to this immediately. And we'll be back with a review of this shortly. I want to be able to at least look at the disc. He warned us about the art. He said it was going to be minimal. Which this to me this is fine. This is absolutely fine. Yeah. There it is. So the title of this thing is Ship Shake. And I believe that's the first song is called Turn This Ship Around. The last song is called Shakin' Street. So Ship Shake. Turn This Ship Around, Scripture, Artichoke, Prophets, Can't Take It Back, Me and Eve, Dog is God, Not the End, She's a Musician, Not Now, Nobody Now, Believed, Queer Year, and Shakin' Street. That Believed song, oh my God, I almost cried reading the lyrics. And Me and Eve, one of the most brave things we saw. He performed that for us in Evanston. We saw one of his house concerts. He was doing this stuff live in people's living room. He'll come out and play, and people who know who he is will come, and so you get a living room full of people. Bring your own, and he comes out with this little Bose miniature PA setup and a couple of guitars, and just completely tears the roof off the place for a couple hours. And we were there front row, and he told the story about the pedal. He talked a little bit about it. He said one of the reasons it sounds so good tonight is this guy right here, and my family was there, and it was like, I couldn't have been prouder. It was really a nice thing that he did for us, and he's a complete gentleman. But I got to tell you, this Me and Eve thing, he played it live for us, and I was just like, dude, this is on another level. You know, he's really a brave a writer, is what he is. I know that his whole thing is about reading. He reads all the time. That's where he gets his inspiration, and he's always talking about that. And I think he feels that we as a society could do well to bring that back and read. That people don't really tend to not do that. We check that box in our brain by listening to the radio or the internet. So it looks like his son is on here, Bam Powell, who is the drummer from the Raisins, Chris Arducer, the Psychodats, and the Bears drummer, as well as the Raisins drummer, Bob Neiswanger's lifelong partner in crime, Bad Black Bob, on bass, Matt Malley, I'm not sure, Susan Fetters, that's his sister, right?
That's his wife.
Oh.
She doesn't go by Susan, though. I mean, yeah.
B. Haskins. B has appeared on Saint Ain't. That's his third solo CD. And she's wonderful. She's got a very distinctive voice that fits perfectly with his. Dale Hodges. Is he related to Mike?
Could be, yeah.
Adrian Ballou. Matt Huneman is a recording engineer, I'm guessing. It's mixed by Rob and his son Noah. So yeah, robfetters.net is the place to go for the album videos, the lyrics, the extra details. Many, many thanks from the Fetters family. Again, this is kind of a homegrown Midwestern delight. And if you're not familiar with this guy's work, I know I promote him a lot on this channel. Make that right. Pick one of these up and find out why I keep going on and on about it. Because this is some of the best music you'll ever find. All right, you guys. I'll be back soon with a review. And in the meantime, what day is today?
Saturday.
Today's Saturday. So tonight, 3 hours from now, so this video will be up if you watch this tonight. After you're done, you can just type Rob Fetters in and see this guy play for an hour and a half. Sound good? I'll see you there. Make sure you let me know what you think in the comments. And peace.